Oh, people, what's happening? What's happening, people? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We're coming to you half hour early tonight because of a couple things. Biden is going to have his presidential debate, his town hall style debate. Well, it's not even a debate because he won't be debating Trump. It was supposed to be a debate. So now he's just holding a town hall meeting to talk about what's going on. And I guess it's called the VP and the People or something to that effect, a special edition for 2020. So we're going to do that. But we're going to cut out here early so that you guys can get prepped, get ready for that. And here's the thing, I'm going to say this a couple times during the podcast. Even if you don't watch the town hall meeting, make sure that at least one of the TVs, and I know most people have 2, 3 TVs, make sure that one of the TVs in your house is tuned into ABC to catch Joe Biden. You know, Trump is playing opposite him and he's just playing for ratings. So let's mess with his head. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do it without music tonight. So if you're waiting on the music, you're just going to miss it. A, we starting early. B, I'm going no music. So I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. As always, I appreciate you guys spending your Thursday nights here with me. Every week, we're getting a little closer to evicting Delusional Donnie from our house at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So we can't slow down now. We can't let up. Unlike the Dems, I'm not relaxing. I'm not taking my foot off the gas pedal, and I'm not taking anything for granted. So I'm still hammering my message home, people. It seems like the Repubs are distancing themselves from Donnie just in case. Those that are running for office have been spending less and less camera time with him. The delusional one was here in Florida this week. And per usual, as fans rolled out in masses and drones, most of them without masks. Some people came from around the region and other parts of the country. One lady was bragging that she drove from Texas and Louisiana and so forth and so on. So it is what it is. They wanted to be here. Probably 90% of them were not masked, simply because he started off this thing, and I caught a little bit of it. Because I wanted to see what the crowd looked like. I wanted to see what the numbers looked like, and I wanted to see if anybody was wearing facial coverings. He had a decent crowd. The only people that seemed to be wearing masks was those people that were up on stage with him, behind him. He started off his rally with, how many people of you out there have had the disease? You're like me, you're immune. If you're immune, why you got people behind you wearing a mask? So we won't go in that too much. He was here. A lot of his fans were here. So I'm expecting the spike. As a result, I've been kind of slowing down. I've been cutting back this week and doing a self-quarantine. You see, for the last couple of weeks, I've worn my pink. With things being what they are and Corona and 2020 just being off the charts, we kind of forgot about October being breast cancer awareness month. I had an older sister who succumbed to breast cancer, and my mom had it as well. The other thing we forgot about was Oktoberfest. So I'm going to drink a beer for all of you guys after I get out of here. Tonight, we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about Amy Barrett. We're going to talk about stacking the Supreme Court. And we're going to talk about Delusional Donnie's immunity. I call this show 19 Days and to the Republic, bump your justice for all. Nothing is sacred. So let's do this, people. We got 19 days. I know this has been like this last year has been like the longest year, even coming into 2020, just knowing that this campaign, this election was upon us. But 2020 has just been off the rails. Some will say this: we got 19 days left. The Republicans have taken off all the gloves, they're pulling off all the stops. Number one, they're scheduled the census to be closed or terminated. Today was the last day in Florida. I heard in some places it's being extended to October the 31st. So if you haven't sent in your census stuff, make sure you contact them, because this has a lot to do with everything from the number of voting polls to how much money go into our schools, et cetera, et cetera. Number two, they are still suing the Supreme Court of the United States to terminate or get rid of Obamacare, also known now as the Affordable Care Act. It just eats him up that the entire national health program is named after his predecessor, whom he hates to the utmost of hateosity, if there was such a word. Number three, they're fighting to end funding for Medicare and Social Security. Now, what's crazy about this, most of the baby boomers and people my age are getting to the point where we're just starting to tap into that. So we've been paying into this pot for the entire time. I paid into it for some 41, 45 years. And now they're trying to get rid of Social Security and Medicare. Why? They want to use that money to fund their tax breaks for the richest 1%. So those are the people that Joe is talking about when he says, if you make over $400,000 a year, you will be taxed accordingly. The free ride is over. So remember that when you start going to the poll. When somebody starts to talk about this bullshit commercial about Joe raising your taxes, explain that part to them. Number four, they've turned up their target ads. They're targeting blacks, they're targeting women, they're targeting seniors, even though these are the groups that are being, I don't want to say effed over, but effed over by the Trump administration. These are the people, these are the groups that have seen so much in what we call rollbacks. We've suffered the most. Now, I'm in two of those three categories. But here's the thing that gets me. Blacks have suffered, women are suffering, seniors have suffered, immigrants have suffered, and there's still all of these protected groups that are pulling for him. On top of that, he's not even targeting or talking to veterans because he's so sure that he has us in his pocket. But let me just go on record that I've been going to the VA since 2016 for some of my medical and dental care. I got more medical attention in the last year of Obama's administration than I've received in the entire 4 years of Trump's administration. Given Donnie's disrespect for men and women in uniform, it's no surprise that the programs have been scaled back, if not eliminated. What is surprising to me, like those other protected groups that we're talking about, there are still veterans who are pulling for him, regardless of the cutbacks in services and the eliminations of programs. 19 days, baby. 19 days. Let's keep that on mind. 19 days. Feeding his ego. Now, Biden and Trump were supposed to have their second debate tonight. Due to Trump's alleged positive COVID infection, the Committee on Presidential Debates changed the format from face-to-face to virtual. When Donnie realized that he couldn't perform in his way and he would be silenced when Joe was speaking, he refused to debate. Now NBC is accommodating him by deciding to give him a show opposite Joe Biden's show tonight at 8 o'clock. So that's the other reason that we're here early tonight. I said it once, told you I was going to remind you again. Donnie's going to have a drink in the Kool-Aid, Jonestown Love Fest, 1 hour free for all, at the same time that Joe Biden is going to be holding his town hall. Per usual, if there's no one else there, he's not going to be answering any questions. So whoever this commentator is, forget about it. He's going to do what he wants to do because there's no one else to compete with him. So he's going to turn it into one of his Trump love fests that excites his minions with lots of Kool-Aid to go around. It boggles my mind how these media execs, for a few pennies, would accommodate Donnie's asinine delusions of grandeur. I just can't. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys to do something. Let's shatter his need for attention, his ego, and NBC's ratings. We could do all three of those things by tuning into ABC and watching Joe Biden's town hall. And even if you're not watching it, again, make sure that one of your TVs is on ABC. The program is called The VP and the People, a special edition for 2020. So that's on ABC tonight at 8 o'clock. I guess I'm doing a plug for Joe. Joe Biden's doing his town hall. It's called The VP and the People, a special edition for 2020. Let's move on. And to the Republic, for which it stands, bump your justice for all. Amy Barrett is your next Supreme Court Associate Justice for life. So this woman is the age of some of my, I want to say she's probably about 45, 47. Okay, my oldest son is 43. Chris is 43. Today is Hank's birthday. Hank the third, he's 42. So shout out to my son, even though me and the knucklehead are bumping heads. What flips my mind and blows my mind is the Republicans have successfully changed the narrative and put the Dems on the defense by accusing the Dems of wanting to stack the courts, of accusing the Dems of wanting to stack the Supreme Court. When in essence, this is what they're doing. When the people said Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying request was that the next president, whomsoever it was, if you're so sure you're going to win, wait until November. But no, what happens is they wanted to push this through, but they still had a majority. So everything that they did was a formality. So in essence, what they say is, F you, we're going to do what we want to do. It's not like we're public servants. It's not like we work for you. They have successfully put the Dems on the defenses. They have changed the narrative and they ignored the fact that America, the public, wanted to wait. And they rushed to put this judge on, knowing that she's going to tip the scales to the right. As much as I tried, I couldn't watch this whole kangaroo bullshit. I'm trying not to cuss people, so work with me here. They called it a confirmation hearing. It was merely a formality. It's like watching a movie and knowing how it ends. You already know who committed the murder. You already know who the killer is. You know everything, so why even watch? Why even waste the taxpayers' money when you announce that her confirmation is a foregone conclusion? Then I heard a Republican talking head on CNN say, wow, Amy is so poised. Look at her. All I could do was turn off the TV, and I said a few choice words. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I said I wasn't going to curse. Okay, I didn't curse. That was an exclamation point. Imagine going to an interview for a job, and your new boss tells you this this interview is just a formality. You're already hired. It has no bearing whatsoever. So you can ignore these people. Whoever's in there, those so-called interviewers, don't worry about them. That's what's happening. Here's the craziest part right here. This herd immunity. Now this week, all we've been hearing about is Trump is immune and he's safe and he's cured and he's this and he's that and he's the other. You'll see him with the mask on, and as soon as he's on camera, he takes the mask off. But he makes sure that everybody around him is wearing a mask. If you're so sure of your immunity, let them go without a mask as well. Shake hands, kiss some babies, hug some of your minion, hug some of your supporter. Here's the thing that got me. He calls himself using this mentality of a herd immunity. And basically what it is, to simplify it, it's like exposing 70% of America to it, knowing that 10% of America is going to die. And therefore, the rest of us should build up an immunity. I call it thinning the herd. And I've been calling it this since we was told about this, since we were told that they knew about it and they didn't do anything about it. So you're purposely letting people die simply because it's going to cost money that's going to go against the gross domestic product. So you won't be able to tout how great of economic purveyor, pimp that you are. When I see his stuck on stupid minions ready to die to support his stupidity and lack of leadership for this pandemic, it makes my head spin. I can't wrap my head around it. It's beyond my comprehension. I see these idiots in the audience with placards and signs saying, keep lying to us, kill me next. And I'm like, I don't love nobody that much. No, I'm going to take care of myself first. The things that I'm willing to die for is a cause in my family. And if there's a special lady in my life, she got to be pretty special. No, seriously, those are things that if you don't stand for something, you're willing to die for anything. So I guess this is what they stand for. But to me, it's stuck on stupid. I can't get it. I can't understand it. If you don't care about me, then I damn sure don't give a damn about you. That's where I am. He refused to denounce the white supremacists. And in doing so, he got this, what seems like this ongoing negative news cycle that he couldn't recover from. So suddenly, he and some of his followers had this mass infection rate. Everybody's positive. The only person, the person I think they got this idea from was Chris Christie. Now, this may have put a bit of a scare in him because Christie is supposedly the one who worked with Trump to prep him for the first debate. If that's what Christie did to prep him, I'm not going to say he deserved it, but maybe Trump did. But no, I don't wish that on nobody, honestly. But I think if you keep on playing, Don't be surprised when karma comes knocking on your door. When he refused to denounce these people, he became vilified. Blacks, women, Jews, the LGBT community, and every other protected group. Suddenly, for the first time, he found himself being a villain. So he played this whole corona thing for sympathy. He played it for attention. And I made this prophetic joke saying that in 5 days he would miraculously recover and he would brag to the world how he beat corona hands down better than anybody. I had it verbatim. The only thing I didn't say that he was going to say was it was a gift from God. Let's move on. But beating corona in 5 days, he gets to say that and give the impression that he's so much stronger. Listen to his verbiage. I feel 15. This is the best that I felt in 15 years. This was a blessing. No. If you know anybody, except those people that are asymptomatic, there's no way you can be at heaven's door on a Thursday, Friday night, and on Saturday be up smiling, not coughing, and waving in a parade. So he supposedly had it. Melania supposedly had it. Now Barron has it. I haven't seen anybody be treated. If he received those super stud steroids, he would be looking like the Hulk. He would look like he was doused by gamma rays. So there's no way his body would have been taxed first by a virus and then by those heavy steroids and therapeutic drugs, and he would be back to where he is now. So it's bullshit. I don't believe it. Nobody's going to approach him with it because they don't want to be sued for libel. He's not going to make his medical records public. So he gets to tell his lie to those people who know it most. But you know, everybody behind closed doors in every newsroom from Maine to Mexico is saying, bullshit, he ever had corona. Bullshit, he's positive for COVID-19. So let me just move on. The reason I talk about this, people, is it's an insult. It's an insult to you and I, because if in fact we became stricken with this virus, we would not have access to those drugs. That's first and foremost. It's an insult to us because each of us has a loved one or true friend, a member of their family that has succumbed to this virus to the tune of over 220,000 people, folks. I didn't check the numbers today. They expect it to be somewhere around 235,000 by the end of this month. That's going into the election. And he's bragging about how he managed this thing in his herd immunity. So there's something else. He expects 70% of the population to be exposed, knowing full well that it's going to kill about 10%. So if we got 330 million, he's willing to get rid of 33 million just to not do anything and have his economy grow. I'm done. Let me just say this, and I'm going to wrap this up. I wanted to make this short and sweet tonight. Because, like I say, even if you don't watch the town hall meeting, let's make sure that we tune our TVs into it. Both of my televisions will be on it, and I'm also going to access it from my computer. and I'll be in and out. I want to listen. I pretty much know what Joe is going to say, but I want to hear some of the questions that are posed to him. But if I were Kamala, if I were Joe, when posed with the question, are you going to stack the Supreme Court? My response would be simple. You mean like the Republicans have done? And I would leave it right there. And when they come with a follow-up question, I would say, why is it no one is talking to the Republicans about forcing Amy Barrett's confirmation through when we're less than 19 days before an election? Why is it you insisted 7 months before the election was too soon for Obama's nominee to even be brought to the Senate floor? But you flip that and nobody is challenging them on it. So they get a pass. Make sure you tune your TVs in. As always, I want to thank you for your support. I hate to be repetitive and redundant, but I'm trying to drive this message home. We got 19 days left, folks. We can't take our foot off the gas pedal. We can't slow down. I know we're tired. I know we're all taxed. I know we're overtaxed. I know we're overwhelmed, but just hold out. If we could just hold on for a little longer, we can evict this knucklehead from our White House and we can get our country back. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for rocking with me. I know you have some things that you could do. Thank you for giving me your trust. I try to break it down and give you something that you can use and spread to your people. Every week you guys give me your support, and that means a lot to me. So go to my YouTube channel. You guys have been trickling in. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to post it again on my Facebook. Go to my YouTube channel, click subscribe, and then click on the ring that bell. When you ring that bell, it will let you know when I'm uploading another video. Okay? Do that for me. As always, see you next week. Same Baptiste time, same Baptiste place, right here. As always, imparting love, peace, fresh hair, and hair grease. Good night, people. See you next week.